Article 2. Professional Regulatory Board of Real Estate Service. Section 4. Creation and composition of the board. There is hereby created a Professional Regulatory Board of Real Estate Service, herein referred to as the Board, under the supervision and administrative control of the Professional Regulation Commission, herein referred to as the Commission, composed of a chairperson and four members who shall be appointed by the President of the Philippines from the three recommendees chosen by the Commission, from a list of 5 nominees per position submitted by the accredited and integrated professional organization of real estate service practitioners, provided that 2 of the members of the board shall represent the government, assessors, and appraisers. The first board shall be organized within 6 months from the effectivity of this Act. Section 5. Powers and functions of the board. The board is hereby vested the following powers and functions. A. Provide comprehensive policy guidelines for the promotion and development of the real estate industry. B. Conduct licensure examinations for the practice of the real estate service profession and prescribe the appropriate syllabi of the subjects for examination. C. Issue, suspend, revoke, or reinstate, after due notice and hearing, certificates of registration or professional identification cards for the practice of real estate service. D. Maintain a comprehensive and updated register of licensed real estate service professionals. E. Monitor the conditions affecting the practice of real estate service and adopt such measures as may be proper for the enhancement of the profession and or the maintenance of high professional, ethical, and technical standards. F. Adopt a national code of ethics and responsibilities to be strictly observed by all licensed real estate service practitioners. Hear or investigate any violation of this Act. That's G. Its implementing rules and regulation. G. Hear or investigate any violation of this Act, its implementing rules and regulations, and the Code of Ethics and Responsibilities for Real Estate Service Practitioners, and issue subpoena and subpoena duces tecum to secure the appearance of witnesses and the production of documents in connection therewith. H. Safeguard and protect legitimate and licensed real estate service practitioners and in coordination with the accredited and integrated professional organization of real estate service practitioners, monitor all forms of advertisements, announcements, signboards, billboards, pamphlets, brochures, and other of similar nature concerning real estate, and where necessary, exercise its quasi-judicial and administrative powers to finally and completely eradicate the pernicious practices of unauthorized or unlicensed individuals. I. Prescribe in cooperation with the Commission on Higher Education or the concerned state university or college the essential requirements as to the curricula and facilities of schools, colleges, or universities seeking permission to open academic courses or already offering such courses in real estate service, and to see to it that these requirements, including the employment of qualified faculty members, are properly complied with. J. Promulgate, administer, and enforce rules and regulations necessary in carrying out the provisions of this Act. K. Supervise and regulate the registration, licensure, and practice of real estate service in the Philippines. L. Assess and fix the rate of reasonable regulatory fees. M. Administer oaths and affirmations. N. Adopt an official seal of the board. O. Evaluate periodically the status of real estate service education and profession and recommend and or adopt measures to upgrade and maintain its high standard. P. Prescribe guidelines and criteria for the continuing professional education program for real estate service practitioners in consultation with the accredited and integrated professional organization of real estate service practitioners. Q. Screen, issue, and monitor permits to organizations of real estate professionals in the conduct of seminars and accredit such seminars pursuant to the CPE program, as well as the instructors or lecturers therein, for the purpose of upgrading the quality and knowledge of the profession. R. Monitor and supervise the activities of the accredited and integrated professional organization and other associations of real estate service practitioners. And S. Discharge such other powers, duties, and functions as the Commission may deem necessary to carry out the provision of this Act. The policies, resolutions, and rules and regulations issued or promulgated by the Board shall be subject to the review and approval by the Commission. However, the Board's decision, resolutions, or orders which are not interlocutory, rendered in an administrative case, shall be subject to review by the Commission only on appeal. Section 6. Qualification of the chairperson and members of the Board. The chairperson and the members of the board shall, at the time of their appointment, possess the following qualifications: A. A citizen and resident of the Philippines. B. A holder of a bachelor's degree related to real estate. C. An active licensed practitioner of real estate service for at least 10 years prior to his or her appointment. D. A bona fide member in good standing of the accredited and integrated professional organization of real estate service practitioners, but not an officer or trustee at the time of his or her appointment. E. Neither be a member of the faculty of an institute, school, college, or university, nor have any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in any institution or association where review classes or lectures in preparation for the licensure examination are being offered or conducted. And F. Of good moral character and must not have been convicted by final judgment by a competent court of a criminal offense involving moral turpitude. Section 7. Term of office. The chairperson and the members of the board shall hold office for a term of 3 years from the date of their appointment and until their successor shall have been appointed, provided that the members of the first appointed board shall hold office for the following terms: one member as chairperson to serve for 3 years, two members to serve for 2 years, and two members to serve for 1 year. The chairperson and the members of the board may be reappointed for a second term, but in no case shall he or she serve continuously for more than 6 years. Any vacancy in the board shall be filled for the unexpired portion of the term of the member who vacated the position. On the constitution of the first board, the chairperson and the members of the board shall automatically be registered and issued certificates of registration and professional identification cards. Each member of the board shall take the proper oath of office prior to the assumption of duty. Section 8. Compensation and allowances of the chairperson and members of the board. The chairperson and the members of the board shall receive compensation and allowances comparable to the compensation and allowances received by the chairman and the members of existing professional regulatory boards under the Commission, as provided for in the General Appropriations Act. Section 9. Removal of the chairperson and members of the board. The chairperson or any member of the board may be suspended or removed by the President of the Philippines upon the recommendation of the Commission for neglect of duty, abuse of power, oppression, incompetence, unprofessional, unethical, immoral, or dishonorable conduct, commission or toleration of irregularities in the conduct of examination, or tampering of the grades therein, or for any final judgment or conviction of any criminal offense involving moral turpitude. Section 10. Supervision of the board, custodian of its records, secretariat, and support services. The board shall be under the general supervision and administrative control of the Commission. All records of the board, including applications for examination, examination papers and result, minutes of deliberations, administrative and other investigative cases involving real estate service practitioners, shall be kept by the Commission. The Commission shall designate the Secretary of the Board and shall provide the Secretariat and other support services to implement the provision of this Act, subject to the usual government accounting and auditing rules and regulations. Section 11. Annual Report. The board shall, at the close of each calendar year, submit an annual report to the Commission, giving a detailed account of its proceedings and accomplishments during the year and recommending measures to be adopted with the end in view of upgrading and improving the conditions affecting the practice of real estate service in the Philippines. Okay, I will pause and rest and make another video for Article 3 onwards.